$501.29 million, representing 8.88%, and Mauritius with $394.51 million, representing 6.99%. The report noted that the Federal Capital Territory and Lagos received the highest amount of capital importation in the first quarter of 2025 out of the 5 states that recorded capital importation during the quarter. The FCT remained the top destination with $3,047.45 million, accounting for 54.11% of the total capital imported. Lagos followed with $2,564.68 million, representing 45.44%, and Ogun State with $7.95 million, representing 0.14%. Others were Oyo and Kaduna State with $7.81 million and $4.06 million respectively. The NBS noted that Standard Chartered Bank Nigeria Limited received the highest capital importation into Nigeria in the first quarter of 2025 with $2.10 billion, followed by Stanbic IBTC with $1.40 billion and Citibank Nigeria Limited with $1.05 billion. The Nigerian Exchange Limited recorded a total of $1.03 billion shares traded value at $22.9 billion in 38,932 transactions on Tuesday. This marked an increase from Monday's 811.09 million shares worth 19.47 billion naira exchanged in 35,963 deals. ICO Insurance led trading activities with 97.10 million shares exchange valued at 255.3 million naira. Universal Insurance PLC followed with 87.26 million shares worth 71 million naira, while Linkage Assurance traded 64.03 million shares valued at 101.34 million naira. Fidelity Bank recorded 59.21 million shares worth 1.25 billion naira, and Veritas Capital Assurance traded at 50.18 million shares at 83.17 million naira. The stock market maintained a bullish trend, with investors gaining $459 billion naira in value. Market capitalization rose by 459 billion naira, that is 0.50%, closing at 91.608 trillion naira from 91.149 trillion naira on Monday. Likewise, all share index climbed 724.59 points, that is 0.50%, ending at 144,796.37 points, up from 144,071.78 points. The bullish performance was driven by increased investors' interest in 53 gainers, including ICO, Sony Assurance, and Mutual Benefit Assurance. Market breadth remained positive, with 53 gainers and 22 losers, indicating upbeat sentiment among investors. ICO Insurance gained 10% to close at 2.64 naira, while Sony Assurance also appreciated 10%, finishing at 4.84 naira. Mutual Benefit Assurance advanced 10%, ending at 2.20 naira, while Nemet International Pharmaceutical rose to 7.70 naira. Equally climbed to 10%, closing at 29.70 per share. On the losers chart, Living Trust Mortgage Bank dropped to 9.86% to 5.94 naira. Up Credit also shed 9.63%, ending at 8.45 per share. Academy Pre-lost 9.60%, closing at 8.95 naira, while Merco fell at 9.20% to 15.80 naira. Cadbury Nigerian dipped 7.35%, closing the session at 63 naira per share. The naira yesterday depreciated to 1,565 naira per dollar in parallel market from 1,555 naira per dollar on Monday, but the naira appreciated to 1,533.5 naira per dollar in Nigerian foreign exchange market. Data published by the Central Bank of Nigeria shows that the exchange rate for the naira fell to 1,553.5 naira per dollar from 1,533.8 naira per dollar on Monday, indicating 30 kobo appreciation for naira. Consequently, the margin between the parallel market and NAFEM rate widened to 31.5 naira per dollar from 21.2 naira per dollar on Monday. The Minister of State for Petroleum, Ekperikpe Ekpu, says the federal government plans to move 5 million homes to clean cooking through its liquefied petroleum gas penetration initiative. It says the 5 million target will be achieved in the year 2030. Ekpu disclosed this, that free gas cylinders have been distributed across the country, except in the southeast. The gas minister stated this at the ongoing Nigerian Annual International Conference and Exhibition organized by the Society of Petroleum Engineers in Lagos. According to him, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu placed gas at the heart of Nigeria's energy strategy, with an ambition to utilize the country's abundant natural gas resources to fuel industrialization, create jobs, and expand access to clean and affordable energy for all Nigerians. Ekpo added that the country has increased investment in gas infrastructure, with critical projects like OB3 and AKK pipeline progressing to deliver gas to the market nationwide. Commending the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited for its effort, he explained that the government has promoted modular and scalable gas projects, including mini LNG and CNG stations, to improve last-mile assets and stimulate global economic activities. He also highlighted that effort of the ministry to build a sustainable energy future through gas utilization. He says the adoption of the digital solution, automate and data-driven tools across the gas value chain is essential. From reservoir monitoring to distribution analytics, he stated that emerging technologies can enhance efficiency, reduce emission, and optimize delivery. He says the ministry will continue to collaborate with industry players to foster digital innovations. The strong local supply chain is essential to sustaining the gas economy, noting that the ministry is driving localization of equipment manufacturing, pipeline production, and other critical components that reduce import dependency and build national resilience, noting that the human capital remains the greatest asset. He reiterated the ministry's commitment to nurturing a technical sound, diverse, and future-ready workforce through continuous training and strategic economic industry partnership and deliberate youth and gender inclusion policies in the gas space. Let's take a quick short break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Business Points on Global Television, a program that will extract the Nigerian economy and the government policies. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has signed into law the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act (NIRA) 2025, a transformative piece of legislation aimed at modernizing Nigeria's insurance sector and accelerating the country's journey towards $1 trillion economy. The act introduced sweeping reform in the form of stringent capital requirements, compulsory insurance enforcement, and digitization mandates. Special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy in a statement, Bayo Ononuga, says this development reaffirmed the administration's commitment to financial stability, economic development, and inclusive growth. The NIRA 2025 empowers the National Insurance Commission to regulate and supervise all insurance businesses operating within the country. It introduces a series of reforms designed to strengthen consumers' protection, attract investment, and improve operational efficiency. Key provisions of the Act include higher capital threshold for insurance operators to ensure financial soundness, mandatory insurance policies to protect consumers and businesses, digitization of the insurance market to expand access and reduce inefficiency, strict enforcement of claim settlement timelines, creation of policyholders protection fund, especially in the case of insolvency, expanded participation in regional scheme, including the ECOWAS Brown Card system. The NIRA Act ushers in a new era of transparency and competitiveness. Onanuga says it aligns with the federal government's renewed hope agenda and broader goal of building a resilient financial sector. Industry analysts expect the new law to catalyze fresh investment, boost consumers' confidence, and significantly improve insurance penetration across Nigeria. The reform, also seen as a strategic move to position Nigeria as a regional insurance hub in Africa. The Act emphasized on digitization and compulsory coverage is expected to drive innovation and expand the reach of insurance service to undeserved population. With NIRA 2025 now in effect, stakeholders across the financial services industry are gearing up for implementation, compliance, and strategic realignment. The federal government has gazetted 21 new regulations for Nigerian oil and gas upstream in a sweeping move to unlock investment, streamline operation, and align industry practice with both national and the global priorities. The Commissioner Chief Executive of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Gbenga Komolafe, made this known while delivering a goodwill address at the 48th edition of the Society of Petroleum Engineers of Nigeria annual international conference and exhibition in Nigeria. According to Komolafe, the new regulatory framework developed under the Petroleum Act 2021 are designed to offer a clarity, attract capital, and promote accountability across exploration and production operations. It says the regulation provides the clarity required to support investment, streamline administration, and align upstream operations with national global priorities. Among the regulations highlighted, the NUPRC both are the Upstream Petroleum Measurement Regulations, which promotes transparency and accountability through technological deployment for accurate production tracking, and the gas flaring, vetting the maintained emission regulation aimed at reducing emissions and enforcing decarbonization. Other key regulations include host community development regulation, domestic gas delivery obligations, upstream petroleum safety regulation, and decommissioning and abandonment regulations. Komolafe stressed that the NUPRC is not just focused on compliance but also repositioning as an enabling regulator capable of fostering innovation and sustainable value. This instrument demonstrates the commitment to creating a regulatory environment that fosters innovation, secure long-term value, and ensure the responsible stewardship of Nigerian upstream resources. All right, this is where we draw the curtain on Business Point today. Join me again tomorrow on Global Television, channel 365 on DSTV and 276 on Star Times. To stay connected, kindly follow us on all our social media platforms at Global TV NG. Till I come your way again, I am Kike Lomo Okere. I celebrate you all.